Welcome to Ignorance Unleashed with your host Salvatore Cavalieri. In just 10 minutes, enjoy no-nonsense insights with a dash of humor and absurdity. Approved by his psychiatrist and wife because they agree he needs this outlet.
Hey. So today we're going to talk about real estate taxes in the state of Florida, en la Florida, the beautiful Florida. And why we're going to talk about that? Because it is on the news. And today we're in March of the year 2025. And the governor has said, hey, look, this is unfair, the real estate taxes. And I'm going to put in a proposal for voting for the people of Florida to vote next year in the year 2026, just to see if they want to get rid of real estate taxes. Okay. That's a great idea, in my opinion. Okay. Because, I pay real estate taxes and sometimes I really don't know where the money goes to. Okay. So look what is happening right now. Look at Elon Musk. Look at this guy and look at Doge, where he's managing, and all the millions and billions of dollars of these managed funds that were found. Look at the list here showing up, billions of money misspent, lost, not accounted for, billions and trillions of dollars of that money. Now, I wonder at the local level, at the Florida level, and then we have a county level, then we have a city level, what kind of mismanagement has been happening with our money? Okay? Why? Besides that, the real estate taxes on property is very unfair in the ways it is billed. Every year I get my bills. This is especially good news, especially if you live out of the United States, because there's sometimes I talk to my international clients and they look at me like, what? They don't understand some of the stuff that goes here. So if you look at the bill, you will see charges for police departments. You see charges for firefighters. Okay, for emergency of some sort. Sometimes you have a special assessments for it because they're going to build or do something in the city, like 1 cent, 10 cents for whatever it is. And then you have other charges like education. You need to pay for public education, building, stuff like that. Okay. In the case of education, I believe, and I don't care if you don't believe, that I don't have to pay for someone else's education because I pay for private school. In my family, we chose to go private school. In my family, we chose that because we have certain values, religious values that we don't encounter in public schools that became, God-fearing, God-hating places of worship. Okay, that's what public school has become. Okay, so where God is not even touched. I don't believe in that. I think there's a big guy upstairs checking us out, and he's going to judge us one day. So why do I have to pay for public education of someone else who may have, in many cases, have the resources to pay for private? Okay. I believe that the people with the less needs, they should have education, but it should come from other type of funding. Okay. Not from my taxes. Because, for example, in my case, where I pay taxes, my real estate taxes, I'm paying double. In my real estate taxes, I'm paying for the education, for what I'm being billed for public education. And on top of that, on my private side, I'm paying for private school of my two boys. Is that fair? No, that's paying double for the same thing. And I am tired of that. And not only that, I'm tired every year paying more taxes because I just don't see the services. For example, this week, I went to the local state agency. I needed to pay $50 that I was short when I wrote a check. I needed to pay the $50 because the late fees were unbelievable. Okay. So I went there and the website to set up the appointment didn't work well. I got a confirmation. I got a confirmation that I got an appointment. But when I got there to the kiosk, didn't work. I had to stand in another line and wait for a human that knew what he was doing. The guy was nice, I have to say. And he must be from another planet because it was a long line of people, very long line of people with demands and requests and stuff like that were unfulfilled. And the guy was like answering one after another. This guy had the skin of Teflon, I don't know what the hell what it was, but he managed that masterfully. I told him, hey, look, I couldn't register this and that. So the guy looked at me like, I heard this a million times. I showed him my phone and he saw the stuff. Yeah, this is your number. He just gave me a sticky with a number. This is going to be your number. Since this being a government agency, I asked him, okay, tell me this number. I remember the number. It was 1013. Is this number 1013 the one that is going to show in the screen there? Yes. How long is going to be taking this? Because I had an appointment. A while. Yeah. A while. So time is no value, it seems, for a lot of government agencies. Okay. The poor guy, he did his job, and I think that he's against the ropes. But talking about that, let's see the amount of money that the states are collecting, the cities are collecting, and then the services are horrendous. It's very horrendous. Then the same day, I had to make an appointment for renewal of a tag. The same thing, the website collapsed, stuff like that. Finally, did that. They did that and all that. Citizens, which is the last insurance, the insurance of last resort, I wanted to make a payment online. Didn't let me. I had to go call my agent, and apparently my agent has a better wire or cable to citizens, to the insurance company, and I was able to pay at the last second. So there is a massive amount of money being collected in taxes, not only real estate taxes, other little taxes that we get taxed, and then what the hell are we getting back, really? Okay, so let's go back to real estate and how this is important for you. Number one, there is a lot of elderly people that are forced to sell because even though they have the property paid off in full, real estate taxes is hitting them every year, and increasing every year, even though it may be capped, but it's still. That is someone, an old elderly person is someone who is in a fixed income, who is receiving a Social Security check that is taxed already. By the way, President Trump wants to remove the income tax on Social Security, and I think that's fair. Okay, so not only that, so they're getting a fixed income from Social Security, and then which every year is going down because inflation is going up. Okay, so they're getting more money because the milk in the supermarket or the eggs in the supermarket or all that, the prices are not going down, they're going up. So this elderly person, who has given a lot to the country, is facing now the decision of, what? I have to sell my home and move to the middle of nowhere, most likely, which very likely the nearest, hospital will be far away. Hopefully I don't die in my house alone and they find me 3 days after 4 or 5 days petrified or putrefied. So real estate taxes is extremely painful for people in fixed income. It's extremely painful for people also in that there is growing up in income. Let's say a young professional, a young family, that they want to start a family. You have to pay real estate taxes, and that takes away a big chunk of the money that could be reinvested in the education of the kids or reinvested in those people buying another property, and making this a sound investment. I have investors that, man, they have to increase rent constantly, but the government, especially in the cities, when the rent goes up and all that, they complain. And they say, landlords, we're stealing money. Landlords, you're taking advantage. Landlords, you're greedy. No, the greedy is the government at the state level who's putting their grubby hands inside my pocket all the time. Okay, deep, really, really deep. You know what? And, eliminating taxes, real estate taxes will be very advantageous, not only for the elderly one, it will be good for families that be informed and growing, and will be very good for investment so people can pick up more properties, because there's a lot of property here in Florida that needs to be picked up in many ways, but and improved, which creates jobs. Okay, so where the state is going to come this shortfall of taxes, where is it going to go? Is going to pick it up? Oh, sales tax is going to go up. Depending on the county, here in Florida is 6.5 to 7.5. Oh, it's go to 9. I don't care. But real estate taxes, it is a burden to a lot of people. For example, if you get the real estate tax bill, you're going to see that you get taxed. You get to pay taxes on police. You need to pay for police. You need to pay for firefighters. Okay, emergency stuff. Sometimes you have special assessments because the county or the city decided to do something special. I don't know, a new plant or a new road or whatever it is. So they charge a few cents, and then it comes education. The big chunk of that is public education, which, hey, I am for education for everyone, but I don't have to pay twice. See, I chose to take my kids to private school rather than to public school. They went there for 1 year and it was not what we looking for. For example, we have some conservative values and we like to go to a place that respects God. We don't believe in godless societies, okay? And we don't believe in godless people, okay? Someone who's godless, something is missing in their soul, really. And if you are in that group, I'm not the guy for you to listen to, and I don't care either, okay? Because what happened is the godless people are imposing onto the people that are believers their godless things. So separation of church and state, okay? So we went to school that has some religious values, at least, superficially. I don't believe that you need to be reading the Bible, the whole day, okay? But now, in my real estate taxes, I have to pay for public education for kids that they are not mine, that they're going there. And in many cases, parents, they make very good income, but they chose to send them to public school so they can spend it on bullshit. In the Gucci shirt, in the Gucci shoes, tacky, super tacky crap. And you see those expensive cars going around, but the kid is going to public school, and public school, I'm sorry, is not delivering the best pick. Really, it's not. There are exceptions, like the rule, like anything. And I'm very, very sure that a few of the people and my friends listening to that sends their kid to school, they said, no, my kid, this is special. And my kid went to a great school, and my kid is fine. There are exceptions to that. But it's exceptions. For some reason, the best universities are private in the world, not public. The bulk of them are private, not public. Okay? So real estate taxes is unfair to people at all levels of income. And also, I wonder at the county and at the city level. Look at Elon, this guy over here. He is doing the Dodge thing at the federal level, where he uncovered a bunch of trillions of dollars of total waste of my money, your money, when you pay federal taxes. And he has discovered all this crap. And by the way, we haven't heard it all, because for sure there is more stuff that is going to come out later. And a few people, I hope they go to jail. So they were stealing or just throwing away the money that we paid on taxes. If that happened at the federal level, imagine what is happening at the local level. So what is the Dodge process done at the county and the city level? I would love to see that. Because I'm not getting my money for what I pay for. Really, I don't. I have to send my kids to private school. The road's still okay. You see a lot of avenues dirty. The United States, when it came here in 1888, was a way more cleaner country. Nowadays, near where they live, there is a highway, there is a bypass. Underneath the bypass, oh my God, that's a public toilet. And here in Florida, at least we don't have the issues that other states have with homelessness. We have less. Okay? But it looked like a toilet. I was taking a walk, Hey, I'm going to go exercise. I'm going to lower my extra pounds of winter. Man, I said, crap, what am I going to do? How do I jump this stuff here? And then the grass in the public areas, the grass not cut often enough, so you have tall weeds. And then you see some private property abandoned. Where are the inspectors really doing something? Not only putting a fine, which is making money. No, send someone to do the job and bill the guy who's not taking care of the property. So if Elon, here comes again, is finding out all these issues, I wonder what's happening on the state. I am sure that more than one state official, county official, city official must be peeing their pants, just thinking if something like Dodge goes at a state level, they must be scared stiff of the stuff that we can find. So I am pretty sure that the real estate taxes that I'm paying right now, half of it is bullshit. Okay? So with that said, support eliminating real estate taxes in Florida and demand that your constituent, that your politicians give clear accounting of what the money is being spent on. Okay? With that said, make it a great day.